So now that we are in Cancer season, let's talk. Cancer season is all about feelings, emotions, going inward, family, relationships, intimate connections. During this season, you want to go inward and think about what relationships are being highlighted to you that require additional nurturing. What relationships need better boundaries? The crab has that shell, and so the shell is all about setting healthy boundaries. And a lot of us do not know how to set healthy boundaries. As we step forth into our new identity, it's going to require that we set better boundaries in a timely sense. The boundaries are set with ourselves, the boundaries are set with others, and we don't go back on those boundaries. Boundaries are what keeps us, our environment, internal and external, safe, so that then we have the ability to freely express, to create, to move forward, and to be ourselves. Without those boundaries, you just don't feel safe, even energetically. You don't feel like you can be yourself. You feel violated. Others violate you, which leads to so many issues. This is really a time to examine those boundaries, because relationships bring about the evolution of our soul's journey. And without boundaries, we are not able to thrive in our relationships. Given the theme of Cancer, are there any specific relationships or even family dynamics that need to be let go of? I'm talking about ancestral trauma, toxic family patterns, codependencies, and belief systems that have been passed down that are really holding us back or causing us to go around the mountain or continue having these issues in our lives. Or even themes and family curses like poverty, failed relationships, or divorce. If you see these consistent themes within your family and you're also experiencing those same themes, that's something that you really want to take a look of and examine. What belief systems, what trauma, what do I need to heal from so that I can end that cycle and step forward? This is going to require us to release old habits and patterns, belief systems, and establish boundaries. We need to understand what are our own boundaries and then communicate those out with family members, but also with close relationships. And when you're doing this from a place of authenticity, especially if you've not done this before, this may cause tension in relationships. So you want to come from a place of speaking the truth in love and not allowing the emotions to take over. You need to breathe. You need to pause before you speak and not be so reactive, because at the end of the day, you can only change yourself. The change in your family or in your relationships begins with you. We are being tested, triggered, and these experiences will either push us so that we retract back into toxic habits and patterns. We don't want to do that. Or they will cause us to step forth into a place of greater authenticity and personal sovereignty by setting new boundaries that support our highest timeline, and ultimately that supports the highest good of all beings. Continuing the theme of Cancer season, part of the crab is in the shell and the other part of the crab is outside of the shell. This represents the need for us to have a healthy, balanced, and harmonious relationship between our inner worlds and our external worlds. They're both connected. Basically, whatever is going on inside us puts out this energetic frequency to attract external experiences, people, situations, themes that mirror that belief system back to us. So if you want to change the world around you, you have to change the world inside you. That's just how it works. Every esoteric teaching and religion says the same. As above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. The question is, are we showing up in the world as our true selves? Or are we one way when we are alone and a different way when we are out in the world? It's time to examine these aspects and see what needs greater alignment. Yes, we may wear different hats, such as in the workplace, with the family or when we're out having fun. But we can still wear those hats and operate from a place of authenticity where we are speaking our truth, where we are setting our boundaries that support us and our highest timeline, our dreams and desires, and that ultimately support everyone's growth and their soul journey along this path. As you begin to examine these different aspects of you, can you make changes so that you are able to show up more authentically and be the real you in all areas of your life? If you find that you are not able to do this in all areas, that may be a sign that you may need to move on from certain people, situations, or environments. So, happy Cancer season.